Greetings, class. My name is Chris Scarborough. I'm doing my morality monologue on fear. Fear in society, obviously we have a lot of fear as a nation, as society. We fear terrorism every day. This was very adamant after 9/11. We fear the civil unrest from things from like Ferguson. Sometimes we just fear going to the grocery store. We can be fearing doing a presentation in front of your class. There's a lot of things we fear. I personally, as a father, I fear for my daughter. The many things that can happen to her. So that we have tons of fear throughout our daily lives. I fear I'm going to fail this class. So we have a lot of fear, and this story is not necessarily about fear itself, but is about overcoming fear. Winston Churchill said, "We have nothing to fear but fear itself," and that is nothing. That rings true to me. It's always been something I've kept dear. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started. Listen well, mates of mine, to my story bold, of how I tamed fear itself, and now I can grow old. I remember the day my courage failed, the voice of fear and doubt, the strong feeling of helplessness. That day, I was named a hero. I remember the smell of unwashed bodies, the stench of powder and smoke. It filled my mind with horrors and caused me to choke. I remember the sight of that dreadful flag, her cannon flashing fierce. Our decks were quickly painted red for attacks we could not escape. I remember the feel of the rifle strong, the cold steel at my hip, the familiar weight of armor old, false comforts did it lend. I remember the sound of battle wail, of voices twisted with despair, the report of giant cannons loud, my friends dying everywhere. I remember the taste of blood and bile, of ocean salt in the air. The fear I once swallowed down had reared its ugly head. I remember how quick the attack was, how little time I had to think. My first instinct was to cower low, frozen, standing on my feet. I remember thinking my time was up, my story was at an end. My lovely wife will mourn me so, my son I will never hold again. I remember finding courage and strength to save my fellow mates. I dispelled those morbid shadows with thoughts of love and of hate. I remember rallying the men to me and slowly winning the fight. So many friends were lost to us, but our lives did we keep that night. The fear I felt that fateful day I have felt before and after, not always in such dire straits, without come, less contested. Fear tempers us with caution, fear teaches us respect. Fear should never rule your mind, for fear should be found and conquered. Should you ever find yourself clouded with fear and doubts, focus on your happy thoughts and win the day somehow. There is my story sad to tell of how I found my courage. I'm sure you can too, but first, you must know fear. That is my story, class. I hope you enjoy it. I do.